Hello, glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about focus and how important is focus to your business. What happens when you don't have focus in your business and those types of things. When you think about focus, what comes to mind for you? And please, you can definitely be interactive with me. There is a chat box here, so all you have to do is drop in your comments, your questions, your opinions, whatever you have that's going to be pertinent to this conversation that we're going to have today. Um, Focus to me is very important, and it was brought up again at the conference that I went to, the 3-day conference that I went through last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And one of the topics that they covered was focus. And I can remember what I do a lot of times is when I feel myself, my focus waning, I feel that I'm drifting off and I'm starting to, look here and there, become unable to pay attention, unable to stay focused, then I talk to myself and I say, come back. You can do this. We got to get this done, and I just give myself some encouraging words and keep going. Um, Focus is so, so very important. So before I get going any further, let me stop and introduce myself to those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, and then we'll go on from there. How's that? So my name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to be able to come online, use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, video marketing, lead generation, branding, as well as other updated and modern trending strategies and tips to help. That is what I do. And today I also want to I let you know that I do have a free, um, I don't know why my brain just went blank. I guess my focus must be off a little bit today. Well, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. And so such is life, but we still got to keep it moving, right? We're not going to let it stop us. We're not going to let it break us down. We may sit down for a minute, but we got to get back up and keep it going. So, um, what was I talking about exactly? Well, I hate that when that happens. But anyway, it's really important to be able to focus. And what I have is a definition that I want to share with you, and I have my notes down here. So I'm gonna just read that to you. And this, I mean, it sounded about right. It's the definition of focus is the center of interest or activity. It says also a central point. So I liked that because it does kind of take you from, you don't want to be out here in the periphery trying to figure things out. You want to be focused on what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And, take the time to do that so that you can get it right, because getting a lot of things done, but partially done or not getting it done, the way that you know that it should be done is not so good. Being able to focus and do, you know, things like maybe one at a time, do them, as whatever order they need to come in. But it's just important to be able to do that so that you can give your best to what you're working on at that time instead of flittering about and getting distracted. That was the word I was looking for earlier. And it's so easy to get distracted because online is busy, around my house is busy. There's just so much stuff going on, and so it may be hard to stay focused, but if you continue to work on it, you grow in it, you learn it, your brain gets trained, and you you're able to keep that focus. And no one's perfect, so we're all going to have those days where we just have too much going on, and sometimes emotional stuff can really get to you and throw you off a little bit. But that doesn't mean that we quit. We just come back and try it again. And this time and I don't like the word try. We just come back and do it. I don't like try. I'm working on certain words I want to get out of my vocabulary. Now, the other thing is, why is focus important? Now, this I'm going to read to you because I really like this, and I like the way this person said this. I don't really have a name. It just, yeah, there's no name here. But anyway, it says, and I was in Google, my best place. That's where I primarily do my research. So focus is so important because it is the gateway to all thinking. And then after thinking, it says perception, memory, learning, reasoning, problem solving, and so on. So if you don't have your focus right, your thinking, it's the gateway to our thinking, and thinking we know is really important. Our thoughts are really important because if we start to scatter our thoughts, it's hard for us to pull back to what it is that we need to do. I really love that definition because it just brings things together that I'm continuing to learn and grow. I love the ability to, or the way that things come together. It's like a puzzle piece. And I've heard that so many times, so I guess it just popped out of my mouth. But like a puzzle, and you put that puzzle together, and sometimes it takes time. So anyway, I want to be respectful of your time. So basically, I wanted to read you those things, but I have 5 pro tips for you. Now, elsewhere, your thoughts are elsewhere. You just have too much maybe on your mind. And sometimes you need to walk away, take a break, give your mind a chance to clear, to refocus, and then come back. I have to do that a lot lately because I'm going through some stuff, but that's okay. We're all going through something, and we're walking through the stuff that we're walking through. So, cut yourself some slack, give yourself some grace. But let me go on and get to these 5 things. And these are not in any particular order. I just kind of put some stars down here because I didn't want to get stuck into numbers, but of course, anyway. Number 1, I have, it helps you when you focus to prioritize things in a manner of how you want to get them accomplished and how important they are to get accomplished. I was like, trying to run my ad, and I was trying to rebuild my website, and I was trying to do all these things, and and I was losing focus on the things that are most, maybe more important, because I didn't really need those right now because I do have a website. It's not gone yet. And we just switched over to a different web builder. And so I just need to complete it. But I was just kind of throwing myself all these curveballs. I've got all this stuff going on, and I'm like, you need to just settle down. And so I did. I do have mentorship, and I talked to my mentor, and he said, okay, why don't we do this? Focus on the things that you need to get done, those things that you consider your priority, those things that are income producing, those things that are helping you to get to know people and letting people get to know you. So you have to focus on what's more important, what's most important, and then prioritize them, and so on. So we talked about priority, and now let's see. Next, I have This actually, when you can focus and prevent distractions, and you got to know they're coming, so you got to be prepared for them and have a way of getting out, a way of escape, a way of not letting those distractions grab a hold of you and keep you stuck. So you can be more productive when you're able to focus on that one thing that you need to get done. And then when it's done and completed, then you can move on to the next thing. But take a break, take a walk break, in your house, if outside, whatever's going to be best for you. Okay, then the next thing is, when you are truly focused and you have a plan, you got your priorities set, your stress level is much, much lower. Whereas when you have all these things, all these irons in the fire, you've got all these balls in the air, and you're, trying to figure out so what do I need to do this? I need to get that done. I need to, you just have to find a way to be able to help yourself, stay focused. And it's not an easy thing, but if you continue to do it, like I said, you can train your brain, you train yourself, when the distractions are coming, and you do something, that you found that helps you to keep that. Sorry, I don't know what that noise is. Hopefully you can't hear it, but anyway, so it does decrease your stress level. Distractions, keep your distractions at a minimum. Like, I take my phone off the hook. Especially when I'm doing my lives, I turn my phone, and depending on what I'm doing, I'll turn my phone on do not disturb. I'll make it so that, it stays on lit, especially if I'm using it as my notes or something like that. But what distracts you. You can find out what distracts you by what happens, and then take advantage of that thought. Okay, this is throwing me off. So then you might want to make a note, and then maybe go back to it later, and then figure out, okay, so when this happens, this is what I'm going to have to do. Or when that happens, I'm going to have to do something different to keep that from happening, because I don't need the distractions. It's pretty quiet in here. I'm having to work around my 20-year-old who is very hyper, very high strung. So it's really kind of difficult. But I focused myself, and I'm telling myself that I need to do the things that I find most important, my priorities, do them while he's at school. And then I would do other things when he was at work. But right now, he's injured himself. He cut his hand, cut his finger, and so now he's not able to work. So that means I only have the time when he's at school, because once he comes home, he's just constant motion. So working from home gives you that opportunity to be able to set things in motion and do things that are going to help you, your business, building it, giving you what you need and what you want out of life, what you want to get to, what your top goal is. Okay, so we talked about distraction. And then I've already kind of said this, but it's important to do one thing at a time. One thing at a time, to keep you from bouncing, like I said, with the balls in the air, and you got all these things going on, and you think they're priorities, but they're not. So you need to maybe prioritize. And if you have difficulty with that, there's no problem with some research and stuff on Google. If you want to ask me some questions, or something, that's always, open. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying, as far as focus, distractions, the things that can truly help you. Because when you are really truly focused, you will do the best work that you ever did. You will be able to do the things, because your mind won't be cluttered, and you'll be able to actually be more aware, more clear, more focused on what it is that you want to accomplish. And you can just divide it out, and like I said, in priorities for the day. And don't forget, life is going to happen. So when life happens, you keep it moving and you do what you can, and things that you have not put as a high priority can be put for later in the day or the next day or maybe even the following week. It's something that you can cover then. So, those are the things that I wanted to talk to you about. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this gives you another way to look at focus, to look at um, focus as opposed to being stuck, distracted, um, overwhelmed, stressed. When you can focus and keep that from happening, I think that's just awesome. And so that's basically it. Not seeing any comments right now. So remember, you can always drop your comments, whether you're here with me live or whether you are catching this on the replay. Your questions, your comments, your opinions are, I would love to hear. I'd love to know what you thought about this. Did it work? Did it help you? Did it give you some clarity? And I will have that free training on. It's about the top two anti-selling posts, the posts that don't gross people out and don't make people go, I don't want to see this. I'm so sick of sales stuff and this and that. People love to buy, but they don't like to be sold to. So this is something where you can, I think you have to, you give your email or whatever, and then you get those two top anti-selling posts. So I will put that information on the video when it's downloaded in the comment section. Basically, let's see. Let's do some housekeeping things. Remember to keep your notifications on so you know when I'm going live. Remember, for those of you like me that pray, continue to pray for us in our world as we walk through the stuff we're walking through, as we also lift the people that have been through heck with Hurricane Ida. Keep them lifted for all the things that they're going through and still have to go through. Um, so wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, sleepy time, always make it the best that you can make it. Always be the best that you can be. God bless, God keep. And I will see you again tomorrow with another topic. So talk soon. Oh, gotta find my button. Bye now.